The Baryonyx will be the most peak thing in all of the... And continuing on from that, we start off with... The Baryonyx will most likely have some sort of grab or drag that it can use to drag creatures into the water and drown them, as depicted in this concept art. Baryonyx also seems to have a sort of defensive stance, almost like when the Trike goes into spar mode and the Stegosaurus goes into its defensive mode. I believe this defensive stance will have an anti-pounce mechanic, most likely used on Troodons and Omniraptors. I'm not sure about Allosaurus because of the weight difference, but maybe it could work there too. Basically, how the anti-pounce would work the Baryonyx would practically pry off any attacker that pounces on it and then rip it to shreds. Much like here. The Baryonyx also seems to have some sort of anti-lunge that it could use on the Deinosuchus and possibly even the Allosaurus. I'm somewhat skeptical of this because the Baryonyx already has so many abilities. I don't see why it needs more. This could possibly be used in its defensive stance, but having to go into your defensive stance, then clicking a button to do the anti-lunge, it just seems... The Baryonyx also looks like it has some sort of fling it can do to launch fish and maybe even small Deinosuchus and other small juvenile dinosaurs out of the water. Much like how the Rex can grab and throw baby dinosaurs and things smaller than it. In the concept art, you can see the Baryonyx throwing a fish, which leads into our next category, food. I believe the Baryonyx will be mostly a fish eater, living in the swamps, delta, water access, and in the North Lake. The Baryonyx will most likely also feed on Maiasaurus, Stegosaurus, possibly even Diabloceratops and Triceratops. I think the Baryonyx will also feed on Carnotaurus, Omniraptor, Troodon, and Pteranodon. The Baryonyx will most likely release into horde test late March through early May. The devs have already stated that they are much more complete with the dinosaurs that are coming than we were expecting. I think it'll fully release into the game early this summer. The Baryonyx, Kentrosaurus, and Osteoraptor will most likely all release together in one big update, with some skin changes, map changes, and maybe a few other things. As I wrap up this video, I'd like to give a special thanks to Regalius for helping me make the thumbnail and help motivate me to make this video. If you haven't already, subscribe, like, and enter my Discord in the link in the description. I hope everyone that has watched this video has a great day and an amazing rest of 2026.